Door goes up. Door goes down. Door goes up. Door goes down. Door goes up. Up. Ah! Cool, I made it that time. Okay, so it's not the best vantage point, but hey, you know, there's not a whole lot of parkour you can do in this game. Things are progressing along nicely. Busted out all of my brick and a bunch of lumber because a bunch of the stuff in here wants tier 2 buildings. I think you want straight tier 2? Dad, straight tier 2. So the whole building's got to be tier 2. The roof looks a little weird because the first time I built it, the ceiling was one lower, and then I stuck a kitchen in here, and it didn't work anymore. So be a lesson, kids. Plan. Plan stuff. Do all your planning so you don't have to revise things afterwards. Yeah, I finally got my lumber mill little building way up there next to all the trees. I did a bit of decorating. I have to find a place to put this thing. I finally managed to break down some points. You notice I got a big wad of points down there, right? Sorry, I'm coughing all over the place here. So down here, 168 points. Okay. Yep, house is not looking any better. Doing good on the food front. Go to chat. This thing keeps track of it, right? Here we are. So, finished building iron bar projects way back here. 122 skill points. I had to check my recording. Like 8 hours or something. Like a shockingly long time. But if you're going to play this game by yourself, you have to add in that kind of extra stuff, because the last thing you want to do is rely on just your food for points. Now I've tinkered around with the cost of things, and literally at this point I would be staring down the barrel of 500 points a pop for a lot of things. Like, given how many things I've researched, we would not be able to, like, you'd serve it up to run for a week, and I just AFK, come back 48 hours later, eat a bunch of food, go to work, go to sleep, not do anything in order to make that kind of points. It's just not. I don't think you could do it. It'd take a very, very, very long time. So up here, farmer. So I got all these points, and I got to roll those points into something good. Now it might seem we're taking mill processing because, and we're gonna go with below that. So I can't buy another skill right now, and it might seem like that was a giant waste of points. However, nothing at the mill gets done quickly. Absolutely nothing at a mill gets done quickly. So I built myself a nice little mill building up here. Sort of straddles the way up. Not sure what I'm going to put over here. I thought about putting some part of the kitchen up here, like the bakery, but it's gonna have to be something else. Don't know what, but I just like the idea of building across my ramp here, and that's got to go all the way up. The road network has expanded a bit up here. Get up there to those trees that way. I've lucked out and found a real good spot, so I don't have to worry about going places. But we check this out, so we can make flour. And if we just tell this thing what to look at, what do we got? It takes 5 minutes per thing of flour. So I can make 108 flour, 540 minutes. Can't be right. That's 9 hours. That's 9 hours. That's a 9-hour job. Okay, that's 2 wheat harvests of my dinky ass little wheat farm. And if I really, oh hey, yeah, well, my efficiency's really kicked it up on that one. Check that out. So to turn 600 sugar, or to turn 600 of those, there's 150 sugar. You see that number? You see that, right? You see that? 12 hours. That's at max efficiency. Those points we're going to roll into something else. Those all show up. I'm playing on Monday afternoon. Because I have Monday off, so I can sit here and do absolutely nothing productive. But we'll also be able to mill. I built a 50 points. I'm pointing at my screen with my own finger. For a soil sampler, because I like to know when things are actually ready to pick. Like there's the 90 to 99 range looks kind of exactly like the 100% range. So you screw yourself out of a few things. Now it might seem like, oh well, you only lose 1 corn. That's what, 5 by 9, so it's 45 corn just there. And when I have the ability to drastically level terrain and go with really big fields, it's going to be a lot of corn. And you're going to say, Kev, you can't eat all that corn. That's ludicrous. You cannot. No, you're right. We can't. We can't possibly eat all of that. All the wheat. I've got working on beets to make even more stuff. You're right. We can't eat all of that. But we don't have to. We'd have to plant it, do something else for however long it takes to get done, and then mill it for a whole bunch more points. And that's where the whole points per second craft really, really pays off. So if you're playing on a server, they probably won't have it on. I'm going to say that it actually really is abusive. Now, depending on what someone does, if you're the guy that races to do one thing, right? You're the logger, right? So you've got hewing and logging, and you're making lumber and furniture and stuff like that. You've got a lot of stuff to do to produce a rather small amount of product. It might take a while, but you're not making a whole lot. If you are the guy on the server who's cooking, right? Who's growing the food, doing that, making all of this, the points, the goddamn points. So in here, right? We're 35% done a job. That's going to take another, like, look at that. That's vegetable stock. That's at, I don't think I'm at max efficiency yet. Chef, cooking. So that's maximum, go away tail tip. Yeah, we're at maximum ingredient efficiency and next to no speed. Yeah, I could put points into that. I make far more food than I can eat alone on the server. If there were other people, then yeah, I'd have to really speed it up. But it's just me. So I can sit here and I can drink, entire jugs of vegetable stock. Oh, it makes me ill thinking about that. It just makes me ill. Oh wow, I just chugged, what does that weigh? 0.8 kilos. That's closing in on a liter of vegetable stock. Okay, and for those of you who are Americans who use outdated stuff, it's a quart. Right? So I fired back, 3 of those? I fired back almost a gallon of soup stock. God, I'm so glad that you can't get hypertension from salt in this game because it'd be so dead. I need to build a place, this guy, and the 3 tables that go with it. So obviously it's not going to work here. Not only is it outside, it's not on the building. Requires that we make a lathe, a screw press, and a shaper. Ooh, I gotta spend some more points on mechanical engineering. I did that just to make the table. Mechanics. And we're going to need all... am I going to make 4? Okay, that's maxed out. Our costs are going to be horrifically high for a while here. But you need... It's the stuff you need to make the next tier of stuff, right? All of this is going to require... Oh my god, 20... Yeah, we're not making any of that kind of stuff for a while. Holy crud. 20 iron plates. And at no efficiency is going to cost us for 80 iron. I have to take a moment to... That's a lot. That's... Yeah. We need a room for it, and I'm not sure where to put it. I thought about repurposing the hole in the wall. Because the hole in the wall is really just a place that makes... You know, where... make pitch so I can make bricks. My carpentry table. It only counts as so big because I've got this back here. Like, if we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that'll eat up, what, 25? I could theoretically cut this room in half, couldn't I? I don't think I can. Let's see what happens if I do. Let's just move some dirt around. We wanted the ceiling to look nicer anyway, right? Right? We wanted the ceiling to look way nicer. And slightly more leveled out. So if I do this, how do you still count as that big? Let's do that. This should have the size of this room. Are we still 300? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 42. 1, 2, 3, 4. Room shouldn't be this big. Have I got a dirt? Does this recalculate the room size? 162. And we're still good. Okay, so I can knock out... I don't know what to do here. Because all this stuff wants a tier 2, or what, 1.7? So essentially a tier 2 room. You are 100. You have a room all by yourself. Well, you share it with an anvil. 50. No, 25. So we would need a room of about 125. So I can either do this. I like having this giant door here because we're going to be moving carts in and out of here to do things. Can't drop the ceiling. Yeah, we're going to have to go... Looks like that's what it's going to be. It's going to have to start here. And this back here will have to be the machine shop. Oh, that's a lot of digging. That's going to be... I'll be back in a day and a half. On second thought, because I think this is a much nicer place to build, and not because I forgot that all this stuff is going to need mechanical power, and therefore windmills and other stuff. I'm going to put this thing over here, kind of on the opposite side of the mine. Yeah, totally forgot that a bunch of this stuff needs to be powered. Completely forgot that. 3, 4, 5, 7, because you and I need to move. No, that should be it. One more brick. That. And my favorite door ever would be that. Like that. What's going on? Don't tell me you're in the way. And that. Okay, that's probably in the way too. Door takes up so much space. It's such a great door. Such a giant honk off to put down. What's in your way? Seriously. You open outwards. You open outwards. There's nothing in your way. Is it the cart? Don't tell me it's the cart. Don't tell me it's the cart that's in the way. Come on, you can do this. This isn't rocket surgery. For serious, what's going on here? What's in the way? Nothing. There's nothing in the way. Can't place there, blocked. I can put you there, but I can't put you over there. So you want to open that way right now. If I take you down, put you like this. Beginning to frustrate me, game. Really getting to frustrate me. Can't be this. Can't be this. A little bit of dirt here. All you want to do is put down a dang door. Okay, that's got to be the outside because it's got the handle. So what's going on? What's in the way? Is it the ramp? Really? The ramp's in the way. I'm gonna lose my mind. Do I have to stand behind you to place it? What's the problem? Give me a couple minutes. Don't ask me why it works now. Oh, for crying out bloody loud. It's not the way you're supposed to go. I'm gonna have a brain hemorrhage. Well, that's where it wants to go. I can't tell you why. Some aspect of game mechanics has decided that's where it's going to be. So that's where it's going to be. I will simply work around this fact and carry on. One of those moments where you could have swore you hit the pause button, but turned your recording off. Yeah. On the upside, there, building's done. Happy? Got some windmills on there because all this stuff runs on mechanical power, and the sun's going down, so it's going to get dark in here real fast. Didn't even notice until I decided to take a look at my recording. So we need what? 2? So I need 2 boilers, right? I need 3 boilers. Oh, I didn't take that into account. 3 boilers. Which runs me out of... Where's my pistons? Oh, I know, they're outside. That's why. 2 boilers and that gets me that. And a boiler and all of this gets me that. And that thing I just built gets me an assembly line. And I'm sure I've missed something because I still have parts left over and I mathed this all out. No, we didn't, because I made a whole bunch of extra plates because I knew I would need them. That's it. All right. So, 2 hours from now, I will be able to actually build something. Like a blast furnace. And finally get on to the next step of making stuff. Also, you look at my points down there. This happened while I was uptown buying groceries. Where did it start here? Da-da-da-da-da. Iron bar, 37 points. That's 9, 13, 31, 31. All this stuff came up while I was uptown buying groceries, doing other things. Which is good, because we have a baking book, I think, ready to go. I think I finally have all the stuff for it. Over to here. And baking. There we go. So that's going to be a bunch of points on baking. I have the cement book. But we need to get into... Where is it here? I need the advanced smelting book yet, which I didn't. Advanced smelting. Where are we here? The advanced baking book. Advanced smelting. I'm having a tough time with coal. Got the brick. I'm sure I have the iron. I haven't hit a sizable deposit of coal. So I'll have to get that. That'll get me the steel I need for electronics and industry. And eventually oil drilling. And all the other fun stuff that come with those. But that's gonna be quite a while. I also have to build a whole second house. I need at least another stockpile worth of bricks. So we can build our second house. It doesn't look quite so pukey. Once I figure out an architectural plan for it. But when it's done, you will see. And I will see you in the future.